What up, YouTube? It's two fat guys pull us here again with another comic book news, breaking news.
Breaking.
It's been a heavy week this week. Like we're just getting all kinds of like November. Is it November or September? This is September.
Yeah, this is September.
September and November. We're getting all kinds of news, comic book news from Marvel right now. We got to get some DC news here soon. Anyway, straight off of Marvel.com, we have the X-Men's world goes up in flames in Jonathan Hickman's Inferno. Get your first look at the upcoming X-Men epic in a new piece by artist Mark Brooks. So we're going to look at that here in a bit, but yeah, some shit's going down in Jonathan Hickman's X-Men. And I'm sure when we continue to read this article, this will fuel both sides of the argument that Hickman is either staying, isn't going anywhere, or is leaving the X Office and Marvel.
Yeah, if one thing is for sure, both sides will be triggered.
For sure.
There will be an island, not the first, but the last. Destiny's foreboding words have stuck with Mystique and fans since the very beginning of the Age of Krakoa. Now a day of reckoning is upon mutant-kind's leaders, and the shocking payoff to seeds planted in Hoxpox arrives in mastermind writer Jonathan Hickman's brand new X-Men series, Inferno.
Yeah, so this was released today, which is June 4th. It hit Marvel.com and Twitter and all the other social sites, and we get this beautiful mural from Mark Brooks again, which it seems like every X-Men event within Hickman's run, we get something from Mark Brooks, which, hey man, I'm not complaining. This shit looks gorgeous.
No, not at all. I feel like it would, at this point, it wouldn't feel 100% natural if he wasn't there.
Right. And so this is a very, I mean, if we put it next to each other on the screen, like Hoxpox and Inferno here, it's almost exactly the same, except in Hoxpox, everybody was together. There was this idea of, being together and peaceful and flourishing. And now we get this, and we've got Wolverine and Marvel Girl and Gambit and Polaris either asleep or dead. And we've got some mutants that are yelling at each other. So there's a clear divide. And, we've got Professor X and Moira both kind of looking like they might be separating.
Is that... Okay, so yeah, Mystique is holding Destiny's
head. Yeah, or helmet.
Yeah. Also, what's his name? Cypher?
Cypher, yep.
Is looking mighty sad. He's got a big upside down look on his face there.
Yeah, so if we continue to read what we have here, it says, promises were made and broken. The rulers of Krakoa have been playing a dangerous game with a dangerous woman, and they are about to see how badly that can burn them. So we're clearly talking about Mystique. Destiny told Mystique in Hoxpox, if they don't resurrect me and all else fails to get them to resurrect me, burn the island down, burn the nation state down.
Crazy.
So
I completely forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I need to. Yeah, it's been a long time since.
Well, they just teased it again in issue 20.
I'm just saying. Until then, I've forgotten about it.
I gotcha. So they continue on to talk about that this is going to be a massive event within the Hickman run, within the X Office. But I think what's the most, I guess I could use the word concerning for me personally, because I want more, is that this is only a 4-issue limited run.
Yeah.
It's not like an ongoing series. It's just going to be 4 issues and then we're done. And I'm wondering, are they going to be oversized? Are they going to be regular sized issues?
They are going to be oversized because it says the story is 160 pages over 4 issues. So that's 40 pages each. So a little bit oversized. But it's also pretty obvious. I mean, there's only 4 issues because Hickman is getting kicked out of Marvel and he's not head of X anymore.
He's going to go write DC books.
He's going to go write DC books or Image or novels or screenplays or something.
Obviously.
Clearly, he's totally done and will never do anything with X-Men ever again.
Yeah, bullshit. No,
There's
clearly.
so many people saying that.
Oh, for sure, right now, and you know, he's clearly going to write something after this, whether it's, we don't know what it's going to be, but he's not done. Um, and it just, I don't know if this is my guess is like, do you think this is going to be a reset? Do you think after this we're going to get basically the 11th life of Moira? Are we going to get a civil war on Krakoa? Like that, for me, that's what we're going into a civil war within the state. But that being said, like it's hard to like really figure out what they're gonna do here until we get through Hellfire Gala, because we've got a huge confirmation and announcement coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. I almost wonder if it. I think it's more likely that it's not going to be a civil war, or it's not a civil war, right? Because the civil war's only fought amongst yourselves. I feel like that some mutants are going to mutiny and use outside players to help them start a war against Krakoa. So I would not be shocked at all if Mystique is able to convince not only obvious haters of the mutants,
Right.
like providing information to Nimrod, or pairing up with the bad people from Madripoor. But I honestly wonder if she might not try to appeal in some way to some other superhero good guys. Like, I honestly could see Cap, trying to get in there and be like, you are oppressing Mystique by not resurrecting her daughter, and we're not going to allow that shit. This is America, even though it's not at all. But this is America's Earth, and so you better do it the American way.
But also, you think maybe she'll try to persuade, because we do have Doug's wife on the cover. What if she's trying to persuade the other mutant island, Araka?
Mystique doesn't give a good goddamn.
Not at all.
She is trying to get Destiny back, and I genuinely think that she would go so far as to, like, secretly kill. See, this is how you. It would be very tough, but this is how you really fuck things up. Is you destroy most of, if not all of, like, the backups that they have, like husks, for the 5.
No shit.
Didn't they say they have like instant like backups for them in case one of them died? So you take out the backups first, then you take out the 5, and you say, if Destiny's not coming back, death is back on the table. No one's coming back.
Oh god damn, man! Like, like I almost feel like this announcement kind of trumps the gala, and I just say that because we don't have it yet.
Right.
But I mean that. Again, Marvel and Hickman and the X Office have been just hyping the hell out of the gala. Like, this is Marvel Universe changing and impactful. And then you have this, and it's like, well, what the hell did they? Again, 2 weeks from now, answers will be given, and we'll have a clearer picture of Inferno. I mean, next week we get the last issue of Hickman's actual X-Men run, and then it's on to the gala, and then we get Gary. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I also told this to Ron, looking at this image that Mark Brooks has made, I wish I could make it bigger. I guess for me personally, how many times have we gotten an image like this? And I guess I go back to Ten of Swords mainly, not Hoxpox. But Ten of Swords, his mural for Ten of Swords looked amazing. But it was filled with red herrings. Not even there were less than half of those swords in that event. Right. So seeing Wolverine and Gambit, like basically our X-Men, dead or knocked out.
Right, something going on.
I just don't know if I can believe that or not. You know what I mean?
No, I would not. I honestly think it is fun to analyze this for now. Like, let's all have some fun and analyze it real quick. And then after today, I'm not going to think about it again. Like, I'm intrigued at this and very interested at where we're going. But I think I'm going to look at this for today and say, it's cool, it's weird, what could happen? And then I'm just going to focus right back on Hellfire Galaga.
Yeah.
I can't keep,
Yeah.
I don't want to hype myself up too much or get myself too frustrated. Just gotta let the man do his work and see what he comes up with.
I guess that's the only disadvantage of like getting these announcements like 2-3 months ahead of time. Like it's like, but wait, you know what I mean? Like if you really want to be surprised, like you don't pick up your previews, you don't, but that's just so hard in this hobby. It's like because you have to plan, you have to budget, especially for us, like with the amount of books that we actually read.
Yeah.
And you have to know what's coming. So does Magneto survive his trial? Who knows? I mean, he's in this thing, but he may not. This Mark Brooks thing may be a complete red herring, and we don't have.
He could be in the pit or something,
Yeah, for sure. But either way, I'm super excited for it. Let the Hickman haters and conspiracists feast right now. I don't see it happening. He's not done. I think after Inferno we'll get, I think Comic Book Herald said something about possibly doing, a new Uncanny X-Men line or the Uncanny Omega Love of Mutants or an Arakan book, which I would totally dig after Inferno to have an Arakan book with new mutants. I mean, the value of that book alone, just getting more knowledge of new mutants, new characters. If you're looking at it as a comic collector or key collector, that's huge, and it just kind of revitalizes the collectability. And we're kind of in between, right? We love reading these good stories and these interesting stories, but we also like the hunt of like actually collecting and getting first prints and key issues. I think we're in for a good time here for sure.
Yeah, I really think that for whatever, I think Inferno is probably going to be the climax of of a phase. Like I still really feel like Marvel is going to hold on to the long-term plan of Hickman. One, because I think they trust him to overall make a good story.
Yeah.
That's years and years spanning. And I think that the success of his Avengers run, like his Fantastic Four and Avengers, New Avengers, everything that led up to Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And that has become so massively collectible in the past 2 years that they're reprinting all of these collected or these complete collections. They're reprinting his omnibus. I think they're looking at all this X-Men stuff and they're saying let's keep this going. Like,
well, yeah, and I think that's what a Jonathan Hickman Marvel hating conspiracist forgets. I think they're just looking at the short term. They're looking at, God, another X book, right? But then, like you said, Fantastic Four run, Avengers run, Secret Wars, Infinity. Like, he's not like it's not like it's some random writer. Like Jonathan Hickman has weight. He has precedent. Like, it's just not going to be over like that. And I don't think the. How do I say this properly? I just don't think the attitude, that attitude that there are too many X books, I don't think Marvel gives a shit. They don't give two shits. Because at the end of the day, the main titles are still selling, right? And the ones that don't, like you said, it'll be a 6 mini issue series, and we're on to the next one. Fallen Angels. We just started X Corp, but I kind of feel like that's where that one's going, but you never know. And I just don't. You can't be that quick to judge, and I don't. Again, there will be people that are going to say it's over, and there'll be people like us, or it's like it's just beginning, or we're literally in the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't even think we're at the halfway point of
no
the Hickman reign.
Not at all. I think because we just started the reign of X. I think the peak and end of the reign will be the midway point, in my opinion. And we just started the reign of X. Like, there's no way we're in the midpoint at all. And we could be wrong, but I just don't see it.
No, I don't either. I think that, yeah, it's going to be interesting in hindsight for sure. But The Inferno series itself, bringing it back to what we're all here for. The Inferno series itself, I'm very interested to see. It's 4 issues, 4 oversized issues. I'm curious to see how many books are tagged as Inferno adjacent or Inferno tie-ins, or however you want to say it. I'm curious if we're going to have that at all, or if it's literally just going to be, here's these 4 books, make sure you read them in the right order with all the other books. Because with 4 books, it's really not too hard to get those out without messing up too much of what's going on in the other books.
Yeah.
I
wonder,
guess depending on how you space them out.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to wait to see solicitations for September. I mean, we could get a situation where we get a Inferno book every week in September, and we don't get any other X books, and that might also play into and again, this is all speculation, but it might give the X office in general an entire month or however long to really maybe play some catch up, or maybe a new series gets introduced. Who knows? But if my money's on it, it's going to be like a Heroes Reborn situation, and we get an issue every week in September.
Oh, they're definitely not going to do that. You mean like for every Inferno issue? So in September we'll have all 4?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, because that perfectly sets us up to take us through the rest of the year. September, October, November.
I'm just trying to be it would be cool.
It would be cool. But no, I think what is much more realistic is we're going to have 1 Inferno book a month tagged on to every other book that's coming out between then. Feels the repercussions of Inferno. That issue will be tagged with an Inferno tag, so that by the time we're done, we've got between 20 and 40 issues that can be collected into an oversized hardcover or omnibus. I mean, you got to look at how everything's been set up first. Hoxpox, Ten of Swords, Hellfire Gala, we know is getting a large OHC now. So it seems to be that's how it's going, and I think they're being pretty damn successful with it, because Ten of Swords went out of print within 2 weeks of coming out.
I find that hilarious, because so many people were shitting on it. And then it's out.
It's because it's the Hickman thing. Everyone has a
what's
problem.
So polarizing of that? What's the problem?
It's the style of storytelling. So everyone has it's not serialized storytelling. It is literally like novelized storytelling, except you're forced to wait. And so it's a little bit harder to remember what's going on. But when you can sit down and read everything back to back, and the sort of the hits follow much closer, I think the impact is a lot higher. And people go, "Oh, this Ten of Swords, I hated the singles, it was shit." And then they go, "Well, but because I'm a collector and because I'm obsessed with X-Men, I had to pick it up anyway. I reread it and I freaking loved it." And then I can get that in some ways. I think I was like that a lot whenever I very first started X-Men, when we first started getting into comics, because I was like, I want more. And when you're reading a novel, it's you read it till you're done, and if you want more, you just keep reading, right?
Yeah.
And that's the style of storytelling that I think we're doing here. And also, people are getting frustrated with a universe actually being tied together, which is what people say they want. But I know there's 10 books right now, and if you're not an X-Men fan but you want to know what's going on, I understand that there may be a lot. But there is massive payoff for being dedicated to the X line, to the mutant line.
Right.
And having events like Ten of Swords and Hellfire Gala and Inferno, I'm sure is going to be the same way. Having all of these issues together, having a team that is constantly working together. Vita Ayala and Leia Williams and Teenie Howard are, practically best friends anyway. And so having all of these writers, Duggan and Percy have done a lot of work together. Having all these guys interconnected, all these people interconnected, I think is really paying off in these events. And so I think they're going to do Inferno the same way. I think we're going to have 4 title Inferno books with every book in between stylized with an Inferno logo. And I think we're overall going to have a very different Krakoa by the time it's over with.
All I gotta say is I will be buying the direct market, which will have the hardcover, which will probably be this Brooks cover, and yeah. And also one other thing, RB Silva is involved, and fuck yeah.
No, the whole art, all three artists that are involved in the book: RB Silva, yes; Valerio Schiti, who's doing Sword right now, yes, and Stefano Casilli, who I really enjoy and has done X work, and I cannot remember.
But they did Empire. They were in the main Empire books, right?
Marauders is what they've been doing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please give me more. Either way, man, I'm super excited. I want more X-Men and just not X-Corp. I know.
Give old Teeny a chance. Let's see what she's got.
A couple more books, but I'm just saying I foresee a Fallen Angels in its future. Either way,
we'll see.
So that's the news for today. Some X-Men news. We love to see it, and like we say, whenever these things happen, we'll try to get more videos out with these, breaking comic book news stories, because we just like doing these kinds of videos. But let us know in the comments. Do you like these videos? Do you like, let us know what you think about Inferno, and also make sure to be subscribed. Hit that bell. Give us a like. Over. There it is. And always. Read more comics. See you guys later.